Thank you. The topic of my abstract is the genomic landscape of anal cancer and its relationship to clinical outcomes and exploratory analysis of NRG oncology, RTOG 9811. Next slide, please. Next. The genomic landscape refers to the distributional pattern of gene mutation across various genes, and this is done with the basic concept to attain the nature of inheritance and the pattern of somatic evaluation. So it is very evident from this diagram that how radiation oncology has evolved from the usage of a 2D technology further to 3D, and then now the recent one which are available is SRS, SBRT, VMAT, and IMRT. Also, with the evolution of technology, we have various particle beam radiotherapy, that is carbon ion and proton pencil beam scanning. So, biological precision, that is the precision oncology, is an ongoing priority. Precision radiation oncology is particularly attractive for definitive intent chemoradiotherapy, and the most common site which where it is used is anal cancer. Next slide. As per the NRG RTOG 9811 trial, there were a total of 682 patients and they were randomized into two groups. Both had 341 patients. The first group received 5-FU plus mitomycin along with radiotherapy, and the second received 5-FU plus cisplatin and radiotherapy. As it is clear from the Kaplan-Meier graph here that the overall survivor favored the group which received RT along with 5-FU and mitomycin as compared to the one which received 5-FU along with cisplatin. Next. The opportunity for this trial was that they took the pre-treatment, as evident from this flowchart, they took the pre-treatment biopsy, and on that formalin-fixed paraffin-embedded microdissection was carried out, and the DNA was extracted. Now, WEST pilot was done, which is basically the sequencing of the whole of the exons, and with the help of that, it was seen that in the arm which received mitomycin, a total of 30 patients, 30 cases had tumor, 17 had AIN, and 26 were normal. While the arm which received cisplatin, 43 were tumor, 4 were AIN, and 3 were normal. Next slide. The statistical methods which were used were mutations were called via the MUTEC and the MUT6CV algorithms. Copy number alterations were called via the GATK, the CNV, and the GISTIC algorithms. Multiple hypothesis testing was done via the Benjamin Hochberg FDR correction method. This is basically done to reduce the false discovery rate and to decrease the type 1 errors. The genomic findings were correlated with outcomes using the Cox regression. Next. This plot here is the box and whisker plot, and this is basically used to depict the lower and the higher quartiles. And this also showed that there was no significant difference between the baseline variables or the clinical outcomes between the sequenced and the unsequenced cases. And sufficient sequencing coverage was seen despite archival formalin-fixed paraffin-embedded specimens. Next. Tumor mutational burden, this is basically the measurement of the mutations which is carried out by the tumor cell and is a predictive biomarker which is now being studied to see the response of various immunotherapies. And this was done in these extracted DNA from the biopsy specimen, and it was seen that the median TMB was 5.7 mutations per MB, and it was identical to the institutional cohort with paired TYN samples. Next slide. The genomic landscape as depicted in this figure, the SNVs, that is the single nucleotide variants, the assembly calls were filtered through the cancer gene list to limit the artifacts from the tumor only calling. These SNVs are nothing but they are basically a single nucleotide altered in a DNA sequence, and this mostly occur due to changes in the base pair, such as base pair mutations. Next. Now, three different pathways were studied in this trial. The first was PIK3 pathway alteration. This is the most common pathway which gets altered in majority of the cancer, and it so does in anal canal as well. It stands for the phosphatidyl 3 kinase pathway. And it was seen that frequent mutational and copy number alteration was seen in this pathway. So it was amplified in 50% of the cases, that is the Q value being significant, while it was mutated in 29% of the cases. Similarly, PTEN also was studied and it was deleted in 37% of the cases, and it was mutated in 6.5% of the cases. Next. The next thing which was studied was the EP400. It is basically a gene in humans which encodes for the protein, that is the E1A binding protein. And this gene has been seen to have a relation with the HPV virus. As it is evident from this diagram that EP400 along with E2, both of them act on the elongation protein E6 and E7, and thereby they suppress the tumor suppressor genes, that is P53 and the RB gene. So it was seen that with HPV E2, they inhibit the oncogenic HPV E6 and E7, and here the mutations associated were significantly younger age at diagnosis. So those patients who had these mutations had their age of diagnosis at a earlier age. That is, around the median age was 4.5 year plus minus 4.8, while the mutant variant had the age of diagnosis as 58.6 year plus minus 10.6. Next slide. And the other thing which was studied was the FBXW7. This is the FBOX protein, and this is also a tumor suppressor gene. And this is linked with the ubiquitin ligase pathway. And it was seen that this FBOX gene was also mutated in 15% of the cases. Here, the mutations associated, those patients with had these mutations had a significantly worse disease-free survival, and they also had a worse overall survival, which is very much evident from the two Kaplan-Meier curves which are given in this slide. Next slide. The various Cox regression was studied with the parameters, that is sex, T stage and N stage, while the most prominent amongst them was this FBXW7 mutated gene, and the p-value came out to be significant for both the arms. That is for the one which received mitomycin and the other one which received cisplatin as well. Next. So the conclusion of this trial was, we report that the largest characterization to data of the genomic landscape of anal canal, including frequent P1-3K pathway alteration and median TMB of 5.7 mutations per MB. We identify an association between mutations in EP400, a statistical modulator of HPV oncogenicity, and a younger age of onset. We identify an association between the mutations in FBXW7, which is a known tumor suppressor, and it tends to have a worse outcome. This study is among the first in any disease site to have applied the BEST, that is the whole exon sequencing, to a prospective phase 3 trial of chemo-RT, and suggests feasibility of this approach for advancing precision radiation oncology. Next. The future directions for this would be to complete the sequencing of the cisplatin arm, as it was evident from the previous slides that the complete WAS sequencing was not done for the second arm, and the hypothesis testing could be done with using better statistical modalities. Thank you. Next.